and the men are allowed to vault only once. So this is it.
Oh. Way short on the landing. This is a new vault. I was talking to him in the warm-ups. I said, what are you going to do new in this competition? He said, I have a new vault called a Cuervo. This one in the laid-out position. This is a really difficult vault. There's only a few guys in the world that can do it. I think it just didn't look like he had the kind of power that he needed to do it. Right here, he's pushing like crazy. He kind of sent it out rather than sending it up. If he got a little more height, he might have been able to pull that around.
8.80.
Brad's arch rival from Stanford University.
He's having a rough day, but you know, he's a fine young gymnast, and I think he'll be a great gymnast because he can already do a lot of difficulty. It's just a matter of polishing now.
Conrad Voorsanger going into vault has a 2.90 lead over Hayashi.
Oh, that's a nice looking vault. Pretty springy guy. He kind of bounced out of the landing, never completely had it in control, but he's great form in the air and good height. Watch what happens here. He's going to do a round off on. This is called a kasamatsu. Good clean form in the air. He really never controlled that landing, which will be a small deduction by the judges. But otherwise, he was very good in the air.
Two events. These two are 2.2 points.
His score for that vault is 9.35. So Conrad Voorsanger has won yet another event from Brad Hayashi. There are 2 events remaining for the men, 1 for the women. Lisa Panzironi leads Elisabeth Crandall as they head into their final event. The margin of difference is just 0.2, so nothing's been resolved here just yet. On the men's side, it is Conrad Voorsanger over Brad Hayashi. Quite a hefty margin of difference here at 3.45. And right now, the men are ready to compete in their 5th of 6 events. This is the parallel bars. Only the horizontal bar remains, while the women are waiting to compete on floor exercise in this, their final rotation. First up is Conrad Voorsanger on the parallel bars.
This is his favorite event, and I've seen him warming up here. He has a really great routine. Some interesting skills. Casts support to a pirouette. Good stutz. There's a move called a Diamondov with an extra quarter turn, and then a glide on the side. Really good combination. Reverse stutz to a straddle cut. He has a good look. He has a nice line in his handstand. He doesn't rush. He has a good feel for the rhythm and allows the... Oh, just short on that this one. I think he opened up a little early because he had it going beautifully on that pike double back.
That was a great routine until the finish.
This is the Diamondov with an extra quarter turn, and he goes down the side and then glide kip on the side.
That's a tough glide kick to do in the straddle position.
Right on up to handstand. And then on the dismount, I don't know what happened here. Pike double back, which is one of the more difficult dismounts being done. He has great form, and he might have just opened up a hair early because looked good in the air, but opening up early, of course, will keep him short in rotation.
Conrad Voorsanger receives a 9.45. So you can imagine what he would have gotten had he landed a little bit better. Maybe 9.6, 9.7. Brad Hayashi is up next.
Brad has had a really rough day in the 4 events that he's competed in to this point. He's had trouble on all of them. I'd really be interested to see here how he handles the parallel bars. He needs to settle down. I know he's been a little nervous. So far, this is good. Back toss, back toss. Cast, back upright, reverse stutz. Back upright straddle cut L. So far, so good. All right, he hit a routine today, and I'm sure he'll be pleased with that effort.
That was a solid performance by Brad Hayashi. an indicator of what he is capable of, and I think his smile tells it all.
Look how strong he is. He's only 17 years old, and the kid is really strong. He's flexible. He's talented. He's going to be a great gymnast. Back toss, back toss. 2 in a row, good combination. He'll clean up his form. He needs a little bit better look and a little bit better line. He kind of rushed this a little bit, but he's a good athlete. He knows how to pull that around, cowboy it, and make the landing. Good job for Brad.
The score he wants to beat on the parallel bars is 9.45. That is what his opponent, Conrad Voorsanger, received. I'm sure he'd like to take him in at least one event. I don't envy the judges in this situation. Although I think basically overall it's a lot easier for the judges to compare gymnast A to, to gymnast B, as opposed to having 12 gymnasts out there and trying to figure out who's who. Not quite good enough to beat Conrad Voorsanger on the parallel bars, but certainly the closest run he's given him, 9.40 versus the 9.45 that Voorsanger received. And now the final appearance by Elisabeth Crandall for exercise.
Short on that pike double. Good triple turn. To a round-off full punch front, and she comes back across the mat with round-off back handspring, back dive roll with a half. That's a nice combination. Judges are looking for at least 3 different acrobatic series, and she's accomplishing that here, finishing up with a double full.
A fine finish by Liz Crandall, the smallest gymnast in this U.S. challenge at 4 feet 7 inches.
She does a pike double backflip here. Let's see what happens. I think she kind of coasted it. The mat's pretty springy, and I think she thought it was going to be just a little easier than it was. She was pulling it around. I don't know. Maybe she just didn't have the height initially. Wasn't a really strong takeoff. This next run was great, though. This is a tucked 1.5 twist backflip to a round-off full right to a punch front, and she continues through to a round-off back handspring, back dive half. Really good combination. Her last tumbling run was a double twist. In order to be really competitive on the international scale, she's going to need to do double backs there.
Score for Elisabeth Crandall.
But still a clean routine.
Her score is 9.05. The judges, I think, may be a little harsh for...
Well, that's a major break. That first bobble, when you go down on your knees, that's a major break. So the rest of the exercise was clean and it looked good, but you have a major deduction right from the start.
Lisa Panzironi has led throughout.
And I don't expect that she's going to let up now. This is her favorite event, and she is really a very powerful tumbler.
Well, the margin of difference between these two is not that great. It's just 0.2 of a point. I should change it to 2.0 is the margin of difference. That is 0.2. That's my decimal place.
Watch this opening run. Round off back handspring, full in pike, easy. Nice combination for a second tumbling run.
cannot afford to fall on any of her tumbling passes.
As we said before, she's been a solid member of the national team for 3 years. In fact, in '88, she was 12th in the all-around in the Olympic final trials, just getting edged off of the Seoul Olympic team.
She needs an 8.9 to win.
She'll have that as she finishes here with a really nice, clean tuck double back. Great routine.
Music from West Side Story, a fine performance by Lisa Panzironi.
Now, up until this point, only 2/10 of
This is a great opening tumbling run. This is a full twisting double back and a piked flip in the second rotation. Watch this. She pulls her legs around straight and makes it easily.
Lisa Panzironi on her floor exercise routine just scored.
Her second run showed really good combination tumbling, round off back handspring whip, through to back handspring, tuck double back. Look at the form in the air. That's impressive.
And the judges were impressed as well. The score for Lisa Panzironi for her final performance on the floor exercise event, well, there you see it, 9.75. She's the winner of a point. So Lisa Panzironi will now survive to compete against the winner between Jennifer Hagberg and Cheryl Dundas in a later telecast. On the men's side, Conrad Voorsanger leads Brad Hayashi. Now, they still have one more event to go, so it's still not quite over for the men as a horizontal bar remains.
At horizontal bar, please welcome back Brad Hayashi.
Well, as we said earlier, Brad had trouble on his first 4 events, and then he hit a really nice parallel bar routine. Let's see if he can finish up strong here on high bar. Oh, he already went over on one skill. Stalled her hop change. He went over the wrong way, but he covered up really well, keeping the exercise moving. Stalled her pirouette. So one arm to a reverse hecht. Oh, he's having a lot of trouble. There's a pirouette, gets back into giants. This move there, that's called an eagle giant swing. One of the things the judges are looking for. They're called L grip or dorsal grip moves. The judges need to see one of either of those. Here's his dismount. Very nice layout double. Unfortunately, he had a really rough day.
He did have a great set on the parallel bars. Unfortunately, there's 6 events in men's gymnastics, and it was just not Brad Hayashi's day.
By the way, immediately after the end of this
His one-arm release move, he does right here. One arm, and he's going to straddle back over the bar. He was attempting a one-arm reverse hecht, and he was pretty crooked on it, and certainly not high enough. And as you can see, kipping back up into the giants and pirouette was a hard transition. That's a very pretty layout double back. Beautiful line in the air, nice tight arch, which I think is very pretty.
And they have just posted the score for Brad Hayashi on the horizontal bar, 8.60. So Conrad Voorsanger can relax a little bit as he steps up to compete.
He mounts with a back upright, stalled her, hop, pirouette. Stalled her, hop, full pirouette. Another full pirouette. There, once again, are the eagle giants. Here's the release move. Nice high ginger, which is a back flip with a half twist. Look at the speed. He's picking up for the dismount. A double full out in the tuck position. Good meet for Conrad Voorsanger.
He only needed about 5.15, and he'll certainly get much more than that to defeat Brad Hayashi.
This is really nice here. Look at how high he is. Perfect form, and he catches the bar exactly where he wants to be, 1 arm's distance away. Good speed here for the dismount. He's going to do 2 flips and 2 twists. The first flip is straight, and the second flip, he cranks 2 twists in the tuck position. Very difficult dismount.
score is being posted now for Conrad Voorsanger, 9.
We're Waiting now for the score on Conrad Voorsanger. 8.6 is the score he wants to beat, and the score he gets is 9.35. Voorsanger's defeated Hayashi. We'll be back.